You're not paying for better beans, you're paying for a feeling. And at the biggest coffee chain, that feeling is getting burnt. Today, we're ranking coffee chains from worst to best. And yes, we're calling out the roast that makes your cup taste bitter and your wallet lighter. If you've ever wondered why a simple coffee turns into a pricey dessert menu with add-ons, stay put. We'll show you where consistency beats complexity, why speed and clean flavor matter more than branding, and which chains actually deliver value without the burnt aftertaste. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. Costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. If a roast level becomes a brand's badge, the trouble starts when that badge runs too dark. Let's start with what that does in the cup. Darker roasts mute origin notes, the fruit, the florals, the clean cocoa, and crank up smoke, char, and a bitter edge. That bite reads as strong to a lot of people. Strong is loud, but loud is not clear. Here's the paradox. You can buy premium beans, roast them hard, then pull them long, and still land on a drink that tastes sharp and ashy. Over-extraction leaches the harsh stuff first. Combine that with a roast that already cooked off acids and sugars, and you lose the sweet spot that makes coffee feel round. The truth is, strength is about dose and extraction. Quality is about balance. Chains lean into this on purpose. When you run thousands of stores with rotating staff and mixed bean lots, you want a flavor that bulldozes variance. So you roast darker. It's the blunt tool that keeps the cup on brand, even when everything behind the bar shifts. Think of it like turning up the treble to hide a bad speaker. It sounds brighter, not better, louder, not clearer. Roast development changes chemistry in predictable ways. As beans roast longer, acids drop, sweetness peaks then falls, and bitter compounds take the mic. That swing shapes what you taste. Less sparkle, less syrupy sweet, more dry bite. Some people want that edge and call it bold. Many call it burnt or ashy. Medium roasts tend to hold a core of caramel and cocoa with a cleaner finish when brewed right. That is why a medium drip can feel smoother without the sugary cover-up. Standardization is the business model. Roast dark, grind fine, push shots fast, and you get a cup that survives a wide range of hands and machines. Reliable, yes. Refined, no. And that sets up the question that nags every time the total rings higher than it drinks. If the flavor is compromised by design, why does the price still sit at premium levels? Here's the real kicker. You're not tasting quality. You're tasting a safe, scalable roast profile built to ride out inconsistency. Durable wins over delicate at chain scale. So what are you paying for if not the beans? What if that $7 drink is priced for everything but the coffee? Let's start with where the bill hides. Menu sprawl adds parts: syrups, sauces, cold foam, toppings, frozen bases. Seasonal research spins out limited flavors, test batches, new machines. Rent hits hard in prime corners with drive-thrus and long hours. The app costs code and promos. The brand mood needs lighting, furniture, playlists, and wall art. None of that is the bean. Now the tension. The longer the menu, the slower the line. More levers mean more training, more steps, more slip-ups. So chains hedge. They lean on sugar and dairy to round rough shots. They roast darker so the flavor stays blunt and stable under stress. It's like slapping extra sauce on a dry burger. You taste the sauce, not the meat. Run the mini story. You order a small latte. The screen blinks with offers: vanilla, caramel, brown sugar, oat, almond, cold foam, extra shot. You say yes to one, then another, because why not? The total hops. The cup is sweet and thick. The espresso, still flat. You paid to decorate the drink, not to fix it. Here's the research-backed part in plain terms. When menus balloon, service times drag, and the average ticket rises. Staff juggle more custom orders. Each tweak adds seconds and risk. Speed and taste both sag when every drink is a one-off build. That is not an accident. It's the model. Standardized interiors do their own work. The same wood tones, the same soft light, the same playlist loop. The app chimes in with stars and streaks. You feel like you bought premium. Even when the cup wobbles, the room says it didn't. That's design, not flavor. Contrast that with a lean menu shop. Fewer drinks, tighter recipes, money pushed into beans and technique. Fewer syrups, fewer mistakes, more clean cups. Meanwhile, a big menu shop spends on supply chains, training manuals, marketing calendars. Logistics first, taste second. So if complexity is the bill, who wins on clean flavor and steady cups without the price creep? The real kicker is simple. You're paying for systems, choice theater, speed theater, vibe theater, not bean integrity. Now let's rank who actually delivers value in the cup, chain by chain, without the smoke and mirrors. Let's start with the chains that stay steady when you travel. Some do, some wobble the second you cross a zip code. We built a simple scorecard. Clean flavor in the cup, espresso that holds up in milk, speed that doesn't punish you, a price that feels fair, and the big one, store-to-store consistency. If a brand can't repeat itself, that high price tag starts to look staged. Here's the tension. The biggest name sells premium, but the cups keep swinging bitter to bland depending on who's pulling shots. That gap tells you the brand is carrying the value, not the drink. It's hype over habit, and once you taste past the syrup, it shows. Now the comparisons you can use. Dunkin' keeps drip fast and predictable. You get a hot cup that tastes the same on a Monday in Boston and a Friday in Phoenix. Peet's leans into espresso craft, denser shots, more care on milk. A cup that rewards you if you skip the syrup. Coffee Bean runs a balanced profile, rounder notes, fewer ash edges, and a calmer finish. Tim Hortons lives in the mild lane, steady and easy to drink. Donut first spots, the pastry leads, the coffee follows. Training and menu design do the heavy lifting. The tighter the playbook and the shorter the menu, the more repeatable the results. When teams aren't juggling a dozen modifiers, they can nail the basics. Lighter to medium roasts also give you more origin character when the shot is dialed in. That's flavor, not noise. Regional truth matters too. In Canada, Tim Hortons owns the mild cup and the morning routine. In the Gulf South, PJ's leans local with chicory blends and frozen granitas. Shipley and Daylight focus on warm service and fresh donuts. Espresso nuance isn't the headline, and that's fine if you order to match. Drive-through execution seals it for value shoppers. Clockwork lines, fewer decisions, fewer add-ons. You move fast, you spend less, and you actually taste the coffee instead of a topping parade. For most people, most of the time, that's real value. Payoff. Chains with tight training, simpler menus, and balanced roasts deliver the most reliable cups. Dunkin' for drip reliability, Coffee Bean for balance, Peet's for espresso craft. Payoff. Darker roasts taste bitter and over-extracted because they're built to survive inconsistency, not spotlight the bean. Now, how do you order smarter so you get the value without the burnt aftertaste? What if you could fix the worst parts of chain coffee with 3 small moves? You want speed, clean flavor, and a sane total. The default menu wants sugar, foam, and a dark shot that bulldozes nuance. Let's start with a simple plan that works across the big profiles so you stop paying for noise and start tasting coffee. At dark roast chains, order the lighter roast drip or an Americano. Ask for it fresh if the pot looks tired. Skip extra pumps. Ask for half sweet on anything with syrup. Go with whole milk or oat for better texture and a smoother finish. That combo trims bitterness and brings back a little sweetness without turning your cup into a dessert. At fast value chains, keep it tight. Drip or cold brew gives you the most repeatable flavor. The espresso is often thin in milk and harsh on its own, so don't pay extra to hide it. If you need flavor, ask for 1 pump, not 3. Keep the size reasonable so the ratio doesn't wash out the coffee. You spend less and the cup makes sense. At craft-leaning chains, this is where espresso and pour-over earn the price. Order the cappuccino, flat white, or a simple latte with no syrup. If they offer a single-origin pour-over, buy that instead of a blended drip. You're paying for beans and technique, not a topping parade, so let the coffee stand up. Regional plays matter. At PJ's, the chicory blend gives you a roasted, slightly sweet backbone that takes milk well. Their granita-style drink scratches the frozen itch without endless add-ons. At donut first spots, the pastry is the star. Pair a donut with a small hot coffee, light on cream and sugar. Keep it simple and you dodge the stale espresso trap. Use a mini checklist, shorter menu path, fewer modifiers, balanced roast. Think of it like taking side roads to skip a jam. The route is quieter, but you get there faster and in a better mood. You control the variables, not the branding. Small choices swing the cup from burnt and busy to clean and calm. Payoff. That $7 drink mostly funds a complexity tax, customization, marketing, and vibe. Cut the extras. Keep the quality. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who orders before they think. Premium pricing without steady cups is brand theater. Real value lives in clean flavor, repeatable results, and a bill that doesn't creep for foam and glitter. You deserve a cup that tastes the same tomorrow as it did today, without paying extra to hide flaws. So tell us which chain actually earns your $4, not your 7. Drop it in the comments. And like and subscribe to help us keep the spotlight on the food industry's best-kept secrets. Next, we're testing cold brew. Short steeps, long steeps, nitro, concentrate. The results append the usual favorites. You might want to change your summer order after that one.